power to respect other people's opinion, even if I don't agree with it. That means they don't agree with me. Why do I get to be right and they get to be wrong? I don't know how that person was raised. I had no dealings in some people upbringing. With my children, however, that's questionable. I'm quite sure they get that argumentative streak from me because I've been known to throw a temper tantrum at home on numerous occasions, okay? Sometimes that's the only way you can get them cheering the movie is to throw a temper tantrum. And they'll get on up. And they'll go. And they'll go. You got 5 of them too. You trying to manage 5 children and 5 different personalities and 1 parent and sometimes 2 jobs. Now, mind you, they did a lot of parenting themselves. And I must applaud. I thank them. They did a wonderful job of being there for each other. And I guess that because I was gone so much working, I really don't understand the dynamics of their relationship until it's now that I'm home with them more often. And now I'm beginning to understand sometimes when it seems like they're bickering, they're not. They are, this is how they communicate and they understand each other. And they call each other little smirk names. And they don't even really get mad at each other. It's just that I think that name calling is I used to think that name calling meant mean things. It doesn't. It doesn't have to be meant in a mean way. It's how a person takes it. And a lot of us have how is it wear your personality on your sleeve or keep it in a bag, keep your personality in the bag. You can't be yourself in public because you didn't have an opinion. Your opinion didn't matter. You had to pretty much look away and look down. And if I were to see what it says, heaven, that you'll be worshiping God all day long, and no one has an opinion there other than God, and what you want does not even matter. What you said you want, push the red button and send them to hell. You don't want for nothing in heaven. You just do as I says. That's how I have to live on a daily basis. When I'm out in public, when I'm at home, I have to govern myself accordingly because I still live under those rules and those regulations. Do as I said. You do not think for yourself. I think for you. And if I come at you some questions, you better tell me. I'll break down your doors. I'll bust your windows open. I'll come in your house. I'll raid you. I'll just tear your house apart and take what I consider to be valuable. We're still going through the Bible days. We're still going through it. It ain't changed. But the Bible is fulfilling itself. No, it has never changed. This is all you've ever known. So what do you mean it's fulfilling itself? Oh, we living in the last days. No. This has been going on for years and 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 years. This has been going on for years. We don't know how long. Well, we do know King James wrote it. So perhaps it predates King James by his dad and by his dad. But God doesn't speak of a father. He speaks as if he is the only person to step out of in the universe. And maybe he did. Maybe God is what I call, what do we call them? Transformer. Maybe he came here from another planet as a car that had a chip the chip in it. The chip, wherever the chip came from, it's the life source. Chips. We got to get life from somewhere. Come on, please, people, work with me. Work with me now. You got all these little metal balls, and all these little metal balls, and you got water, because, black matter. I feel like black matter may have been metal balls. I don't know. It's not the core of the earth. What is it made of? And the core of the sun. All of those little compounds. And then there was like so much buildup in dark matter, and all the heat and all of the things like that began to happen. And bam! Lightning began to strike. You got cold and dark. Then suddenly there's heat in the middle. Heat in the midst. And everything begins to get warm. So everything begins to gravitate toward that heat, that little core, that little centerpiece of something where it just began to get warm. And then you had the lightning and all of this stuff because it's so big. And it began with something that was just void, but darkness, in complete darkness and blackness, matter began to grow. And in metal, whatever, all of the things that we know of in the elements today began in the beginning. Who knows how many years ago that is? The earth may not be that old. Mankind may not be that old. I mean, we don't know. We know what scientists say through studies of fossils. And I have a problem with how a lot of the things that they study have been obtained. How they come in and they want to study this, and they legally take the land and run the occupants, and then rob their graves and call it archaeology and say it's okay because it's mandated by who? Government. God. His heirs, the heirs to his throne, his descendants. And we know that they hung Jesus on a cross. But we don't know about his other children. Maybe Jesus still lives too. We don't know. We don't know what means of life how they survive. If they still surviving. But we do know one thing, that Jesus was a natural man now. Now his Father God, like I said, he could have been one of them Transformers. He sound like he was not the good guy. What's his name? Is it Megatron? Is it Megatron? I don't know if it's Megatron or not. I think Optimus Prime was the good guy. The good guy. And then you got, so God would be somebody like, is it Megatron? What's his name? The bad Transformer. And then he come here to Earth, yeah. And because they know Earth has always existed. See, this is how my mind be working. This is how my mind works. And I have this little book, idea of a book, and those are some of the stories that I be like, and I never go back and I never finish it. And I'll just start writing all of those things down, and I get to brainstorming, and then I start having a panic attack. Sometimes I think so deep, I blow the whole universe up. That's how my mind. And then I do just this. I laugh at myself because it can be quite funny sometimes. I'd be like, you stupid. And that's how I feel. But I feel comfortable here talking and laughing with others. Because right now times are so uncertain. And then we had these new strands that are not pleasant. And we had this vaccine that's not new to our system. It's something that's completely brand new. And so in my mind, I've already gone into just all kind of goofy stuff in my minds, and just write it down, and then I will tuck it away and say I'm going to write later. I'm going to write more later. And I never go back. And I never even began to write. And I don't really know where to start. I don't know what my beginning is. And what should my beginning? Should I go back to the first thing that I wrote and let that be my beginning and build from that? I don't know. I started nursing school a while back. It was like a dream of mine to be a nurse because I really do like when people are well and people are better and people are healing and people are happy. And that has not always been the case in a lot of our lives. And so a lot of people like myself are dealing with stress. And I talk to you right now and I tell you that you are not alone. And I am here with you, though we're far apart. You're always in my heart. 'Cause I know what it feel like, and I know what we are going through. I know what we are going through. And people call us crazy. They call me crazy. And I don't know, they might call other people psychologically misunderstood. Due to lack of research and lack of knowledge, many are perishing in their own mind when nothing really is wrong with them, but it's really society that is at fault for them feeling the way that they do. And they are torn between standing up for what they believe in or dying, and they are not ready to die yet. So let me turn my black ass around. I hope they don't come knocking on my door. I don't want them to come knocking on my door because I'm scared to get out there because I know how they'll do you. They'll pick you out of the big old crowd. They'll point you out. They're going to decide who they going to use. So everybody else will go somewhere and sit down and see out their right age right now. Because we got a lot of young people out there who still listen to authority in adult figures. Because we got a lot of adults out there who care about them. And they know it. They know that all of these people are out there caring about them and rooting them and cheering them on. And they know that they'll listen to them. Hey, they'll fall back quick. They got much respect and mad love. And a lot of them still got their grandparents and their parents in their life. So what I need to do is, I need for you to go somewhere and sit down, little boy. I get rid of your granddad. I get rid of your grandmammy. I knock your mama out the way. That's how a lot of people think. So you'll go somewhere and sit down. Let you know they'll scar them at an early age. Just say it. Let them know what they're capable of and what they'll do for us. Because we are their property. We are still their slaves. We're still being treated like slaves every day of our life. I don't give a fuck what color your skin is. If you're not part of that, then you're an outsider. You're the motherfucking slave. Either you shield the slave owner or you the slave. And right now, we the slaves. Biden. What is he, number 46? Is this 45? 46. Is he number 46 slave owner of this country here? This good old boy country. This good old state of that mentality. That we ain't gonna never move past, going with the wind and all of that shit that fucking happened that got me scared in my room, and many scared in their rooms just like myself, because we know that they love starting wars and pulling triggers and bringing people down and just mass murders. So we sit back, those of us that are aware. It's a lot of people who are fully aware. They are not paranoid. They keep their mouth shut because they are afraid of SHIELD. SHIELD is any branch that carries weapons that are allowed to use them. They stand behind that SHIELD. They are part of that. One is many umbrellas under that one SHIELD. Hard to fight against them too, because they take you to their own judge. They use their own system. Where is the loyalty in that, dear master? Did you just ask me a question, bastard? You don't ask no motherfucking question. You just do as I say do. That's all you bastard do. You hear me, you early morning bastard? I was there when you was motherfucking born. I counted your head and I wrote your name down myself. Use my property. And I was gonna sell you. Price tag. I'm gonna take you to wherever they went. To the market, wherever the market was. Where the market was. Where was the market? The market was hell someplace. But see, it was forbidden in the sanctuaries to sell in the sanctuaries. But you could sell out in front of the sanctuary. And they could have auctions. And they would bid. And they would bless them. Oh, bless this little slave. Bless this little girl. Bless this little girl. As she go to the 52-year-old man. He kidnapped. She's for sale. This is her captor right here. This is General. He's good at captain. He makes sure that the animals are all well treated well, fed well, taken care of along the journey to come to be sold. These are the heads of the churches. You got the judges standing out there in the streets, ready to bid on him about 3. He got the money to do so, see? Because he running this shit. He running this town. I sent him to jail. They just go pick him up. Go pick him up. Go put him in jail. And here we are. We still living in those days. And we could, as long as we keep on worshiping the Bible, we're going to keep on living in those ways. They in the Bible. I didn't write it. I read it, though. I can read. I got an 8th grade education, but I can't read, though. I can read a little bit, and I can write a little bit, too. Now, let me tell you what I do when I cannot define a word, and I don't not know how to spell it. What I do is, I goes over there, and I looks at Google. I type that shit. I can Google any damn thing. Shit, me, technology is wonderful. Wonderful you is technology. Anyway, I goes over there and I types in whatever word. I can put just a little taste of it. But let me tell you one more thing that they've done in technology that just is so overwhelmingly, randomly magnificent for me now. Now, but see, coming here with this thing, me and my voice analysis on this thing right here, I call mine Stefan. He's supposed to be South African, a South African accent. I thought I was going to have me a real African man on this phone speaking, but he don't sound like a black man to me. You know, and maybe that might be a little discriminatory against my parts, but when I see Africa, all I see is black people. Black. That's all I see in Africa is black people. So I'm thinking, I'm finna get me a Mandingo. Yes, he's going to be on my phone. He's going to speak to me from the but it's not. Now don't get me wrong. Now I do love me some Stefan. He's got that sexy, but he just wasn't what I was expecting now. Because he's sexy. It doesn't matter if the voice is deep or if the voice is like, if he's got that, if it's just sexy to you. You find sexiness in a whole lot of different aspects in a man. I'm going to say that. Because I don't know what men find sexy in a woman because I'm not a man. So I don't know what attracts a man to a woman. And I don't know what attracts all women to a man. Because she might, and you might not find him attractive at all. But she just loves on him so much. Is it that soulmate thing? And he just love her the same way? Is it a natural thing? Just a natural occurrence? Or the things that you like? Like some people like yellow roses. Some like red roses. I like them both. I can't decide which one I like most. I like them both. Like brown. I love the color brown. And I like a nice gray color. And I like a yellow. But I don't like to wear yellows that much. And I like black colors. I like that, like a teal green. I mean, I do like bright colors. I just don't like to wear them. Not too often, I tell you. Because, see, Ice was already a big old girl. Ice was 287 pounds. I can't even lie. I can't even lie. Legs just done gone to nowhere. Legs, just if I had enough money, I promise you I'd go get me a tummy tuck. I defy all. Is I gonna get that stuff again? That COVID-19? Please, sir, keep me. So what y'all gonna do with me? What if a fire break out? I be like paranoid when I mean that now. I'm paranoid when I go because I am dead to the world and I am at the hands of mercy of another when you go under. So that's deep. That's trust. That's trust. A lot of people don't even trust doctors enough to allow them to touch them. A lot of people don't believe in science. They believe in God, who they cannot see, touch, grasp, grip, feel, no. But these people are educated under probably the same system that God used. His healing came from science, like the making of the wine, science. The healing, the ointments and all of that thing. Now, I don't know what the holy water was, but I think that if they were being like taken away into this new world and they seen all of it, they was on some drugs. They was on some hallucinogenics. Now, what was in that holy water, I have no idea. But people kept coming back for it, whatever it was. Probably was a little wine or a little liquor. Hell if I know, because see, I wasn't there. But that's how I think. And that's how I be writing like that right there. So, but I am not an educated woman. I quit school in the 8th grade. I wanted to quit long time before then. You're going to ask, when did it go south for me? First day. The first day of school and my mom was gone. I looked for her and she was gone, her and my aunt. Yeah, and a lot of people knew one another because they lived in like probably inside the city limits, and a lot of people didn't know you, and because I lived in the country, so it's a lot of in the county, and people are really spread out, and then you don't know anybody except one person in your classroom, and she don't want to have nothing to do with you. This is your own folks. No, I don't know her. She is not my cousin. She is not my cousin. Nope, would run away from me and run me away from her. Go on, get away from me. I don't want to play with you. Get away from me. Get away from me. Yep. And go over and play with the other girls. And then I was playing with 2 little girls. One of them was black and one of them was white, but we became friends. So here's the dumb thing. The dumb thing that we all did was one of them got leaves and started rubbing their face. And so the rest of us did. This little white girl, she got leaves and started rubbing her face with poison ivy. And me and the other little black girl did too. And I don't even remember anybody's name. I remember some people's names in the 1st grade. I do. But I don't remember everybody. Most of the time, you remember the black people is because the black people all sat together in some classroom. And the white people all sat together in some classroom. I'm not for sure what year segregation came about. But there was a lot of people who did not want to teach black students. They did not want us in the classrooms with them. And it showed in the way they carried themselves in our presence and how they behaved towards us, their mannerisms. So, and it was scary. It was scary. So then I remember in kindergarten, I started school on my damn birthday. I think maybe it was on my birthday. I don't know. My mind getting absent on some things, okay? You know, it's okay. It's all good though. But it's cool though. It doesn't matter. Anyway, there was a hamster, a rodent. For as I'm concerned, it was a rat. It was a rat. I don't play with rats. No, no. Touch it, touch it, touch it. No, no, it was in a. No, the little thing died and they blamed me. They blamed why? Was it because I didn't touch it? Did it die because I didn't lay hands on it? You think that's what happened? Is it my fault? Hell no. I didn't want to go back to school really no more. They got rats in the classroom. All these people I don't know. And they lying on, they making up things. They trying to make me touch a rat. They want me to rub on a rat. I live in the country though. We don't rub on them rats that we got. No, 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 no. You stay away from them rats. And you make every preparation you can to keep all them rats away from you. And you want me to befriend one now? No. I seen. I'm going back over here and sit down by myself. I want to go home. Muddy boys, you come get me, please. Y'all come get me. No, no. Carol, get up and go to school. No, please. I want to stay here with you. Please don't make me go. I went through that moaning after moaning after moaning after moaning after moaning. Till I finally woke up one morning. And I didn't cry. They hugged me, then they put me on that bus. And I didn't have, because I didn't want to get on there and cry. I suck it up. And I go on out on. And I get on that big old yellow, I don't know, is it a 32-seater? Luxury. I got a chance to ride there every day. I got a chance to see the scenery and everything. When am I going back home? Take me back home, Mr. Bus Driver, please. I hated it. I did not like, and then I got kept back in the first grade by this first grade teacher. And you know how sometimes you wish you still had your report cards so you could kind of look back at them and see, was I that dumb? Was I dumb as a box? Was I dumb as they made me feel? Like I just could never learn? Is it that I can't learn, or is it that you don't want to teach me? Are you teaching me the wrong way? Should I not learn what measurements are with a tape measurer or a yardstick before the process began? I don't know. Can there be a cool mix? And then what about, there were students who had to have these items and they never got them for class. So a tape measurer is important in classroom to help your child to be able to know how to measure and then be able to read it. The two go hand in hand together to write it down, and so it takes two. So a lot of people believed in writing it down and teaching it that way, but they don't know how to do it when they go out here and they get an actual tape measure, because they may just learn one way. That was just from a book. They may have never learned with putting their hands on the actual product, and they may not know how to teach you how to do it, but they know how to tell you to get a ruler and what line to print, but they don't know how to go out here and build no house though. They don't know how to build a house. But you got some people who don't need paper. They learn it from just getting out there doing it. They didn't learn it from a piece of paper. They learned by doing. They didn't write down everything. They just did it. They just knew. And that was the learning system that a lot of our people were brought into, a system that they did not understand. First thing was, a lot of it was the language barriers that we endured. So many failed because they didn't speak white English. They spoke black English. And black English and white English, or Southern English A lot of it was different. You had country English, and you had a lot of people now who were white and the blacks, and they all had the same educated level. They were no more knowledgeable than the blacks in the community, but they were treated better. And how they began to treat the blacks is what the problem was, because I'm quite sure they had been white people who walked that chain of life. You had a lot of people, you had a lot of different nationalities that walked that chain of life. And then I'm learning here this later in life that Russia is like 2 point some miles from Alaska, and you don't think that they're taking ships over here from Russia? Oh, of course I would. That would be the best way to travel. If I want to go incognito and get away from here, it would be my best bet to travel through Alaska into Russia, wouldn't it now? And come around and come on back in. I could just see the whole planet. Just walking, just traveling by foot. But you know what hold a bitch back? That thing called fear. When I can knock that out, I would love to take me just live off the land or whatever. Get with a group of people who are hikers, who are goers, who are doers. But then my thing is, what are these motherfucker cannibals? And I don't know it. And they taking me, and they didn't invited me, the only little black girl who gonna show up. Oh, I feel you. Start throwing up and shitting everywhere. Y'all eat me. You're gonna be sick. Just take you a whole big old, just drink you a big old bottle. Ain't nobody. Ain't not even not even a mixed group. And everybody in here is coupled off, and they been knowing each other for years, and you want me to go? I won't be on your menu. Just shit running down. Oh shit, I can't go, y'all. Let's see. I don't know. Something gave me diverticulitis. Something gave me the runs. I got the shit. And then just start throwing up. No. I thought it was gonna be some more black people going. That's how we feel though. We don't. So when you see just a whole lot of white people, but I grew up in a mix. I grew up in a town that had blacks and whites. Now, when we were in school, those that picked on black children were few and far. They were few and they were far. It didn't happen all the time. They just didn't do that. Now, I don't know, mind you, how it was before I came into the picture, but it doesn't mean that discrimination did not happen. It doesn't mean it. It's just that a lot of people are open with it. A lot of people, they build a school to keep from going to school with the niggers in Jasper County, not realizing that they are niggers themselves. Everybody on the face of this planet is a nigger, if you ask me. If you bleed red blood, you's a nigger. I's a nigger. Wouldn't you like to be a nigger too? Well, guess what? You are one. I don't give a fuck what color you are. When I see you, I see another nigga. What's up, my nigga? How you doing? How's it going, blood? We all bleed motherfucking blood. Why can't we get along, though? When is that gonna happen? That's the big change that I'm waiting to see. I think with change is good. Change is good. When I see the Bible, I see a cult and followers of a cult. And those followers are blind, and they don't realize, they really, really, really do not realize that they are part of a cult. They don't know it. That they are worshiping the leader of a cult, still living by his rules and his regulations. What is a cult, though? Is it not some of the things that we've read in the Bible, and we don't see it that way? But then I'm afraid to say it openly, because they would kill you. They will kill you, and many of them hide behind shield. They'll use their badge to do it. They'll sick somebody. You got a pastor in a pulpit who'll call a hit on somebody. He ain't nothing but a man too. He's not serving a God. He's serving the ways of God. You're not serving God. God dead and gone. God dead and gone. The only way you're going to see him is when you dead. That's your new life, death. Death is the new life. You didn't know that? Did you not know? Death is the new life. It is. It's the new life. That little teeny tiny little molecule. Just a little thing that's so tiny. A little metal being that's just so tiny. But it's life. It's life. And once your body stops functioning, that little teeny tiny thing that came from the sun, from the heat and from the lightning and the water and the ice and the cold and all of the elements and everything struck. Bam, bam, bam. That lightning hit and struck a storm like never before, because something big is about to happen. And then all of that lightning, and the lightning just striking everywhere. And life, the ability to see, but I don't have no eyes. I can smell, but I ain't got no nose. I need one. I need a nose. I need a nose. And all of these little molecules that now are life come together and start building these things. Building and making these things around that little life and giving it the ability to move the arms and the things like that. But only thing is, it was all metal, That's the transformer. That's the God that came to this planet. I'm thinking he was... I gotta go look it up, because Optimus Prime is the good guy. Isn't he like with Bumblebee? I think Megatron may have been the bad one. And that might be the God that people are serving. He could have, just be transformed. They probably still live in the galaxies today, but for us to see it probably would freak us out. We would think that it's just a robot, but we don't really know that it's actually a live robot that has the same abilities that we do. Think. It just doesn't eat, but it has to use like a special synthetic, just special that they are now sharing, because it consumes less, supposed to last longer. I don't know, but it lasts longer in their system that is similar, that runs similar to ours. It just doesn't run off of food. Their digestive system is different. They don't eat food. They consume like oil and things. So, and here he is. He's the one who came to this planet and stole all of those little life chips that, and all of these little life beings that he brought, and began to build man, making man from the dirt. He could have did that now. He could have created us that way. He could have, but he didn't create this earth. Ain't spoke that into existence. Nope. 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 He didn't speak a tree. No. Nope. Maybe he the one who built this earth. Maybe he's a huge machine that's in one. Cause remember now, you gotta remember now. Keep up with me now. You a molecule now. Outside of this body, it's just a little molecule. But that little molecule can be recharged. Over and over again. But we're not getting recharged. But what if he is? He get recharged. He step into a body just like this and keep right on living. And he recharges that body and keep it going. How does he do it? I don't, damn, hell if I know. Because see, I'm not there. This is just how I be writing. Those are some of the things that I like to write, because I like to get it out of my head. I like to get all of that shit out of my head, because the brain is only so big and it can only store so much at one time. And them little thoughts, you got too many thoughts just piled up in the head. So I write them all out of my head. I try as hard as I can to write them out of my head. And a lot of them come from the television set. I stopped sleeping with the TV on. I didn't go to sleep because I would still wake up and cut it off, because it can still be distracting. Even if you've just fallen asleep, it would still wake me back up and I would still have to cut it off. But have you ever been like dreaming and in your and the TV is playing, and you're in that dream, you're in the TV, the TV, whatever's playing on TV is now you're playing in it in your dreams. In your dreams. As the TV play. Now, that's a way to program people without you even realizing it. Because even though you are asleep, your brain's still recording it. Your brain is still playing it over and over and over and over and over in your head. And your brain is recording it. But you sleep and you knocked out. But your brain in here is like a typewriter. It's just typing it all down. It's just tagging everything, tagging it. It get to playing the same commercial and played so much over and over and over in your head at night, and it start tagging it. And now here it is playing over and over and over in your head the next day, and you don't even know why. But then that commercial. But now, damn, I sure do want me some Zaxby's. I just want me some Zaxby's though. And then my wife gonna be mad as hell because she done got up. I made her ass get up and cook me some food to bring with me today. But I don't even really want it. I just keep on wanting Zaxby's. That's all I keep hearing is Zaxby's, Zaxby's, Zaxby's in my head. If you ain't gonna cut it off, cut it down. At least cut it down. You can cut the volume down and don't listen and kind of help deprogram your damn self, okay? Goddamn, you gotta do something. You can't just, motherfucker. I'm like that way too. I just want to sit there too like that. Please, won't it just come to me? Anyway, somebody knocking at the door. Have a great day.